So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, y'all. So we're going to give everybody an opportunity to join in. All right. So anyways, y'all, we're going to give everybody a few minutes to join us live as we get ready to get started. As you come on in, please introduce yourself. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. Let me pull my mic over here. Please introduce yourself and let us know what city and state you are chiming in from as you come on in. Introduce yourself. Let me know what city and state you're chiming in from. We're going to be getting started really, really soon. Hey. Hey. Dun. Oh, I just learned something. I didn't know you could do that. All right, y'all. Hey. 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 Hello. We're going to get started in about 1 more minute, y'all. 1 more minute. We're going to get started. All right, y'all. So I'm broadcasting on different platforms right now. We're trying to do the most. So we are live, y'all, on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I'm even broadcasting on my phone from Instagram. So if you see me looking right to left, that's why. I wanted to be able to touch as many bases as possible as we get ready to get started. So hopefully you guys can hear me loud and clear. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Everybody should be able to hear me loud and clear. Introduce yourself. I hope that you guys can hear that. Introduce yourself. And we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to be talking about the boot camp that's coming up. But we do have 3 topics that we're going to be discussing. So we'll get into that as well. But again, I hope you guys can hear me. I just want to make sure. And I don't know, Shashina just keeps saying the same thing over and over again, child. I don't know what's going on. Okay, y'all can hear me. Thank you, Melanie. I appreciate it. Guys, do me a favor. You will want to introduce yourself. Let us know where you're chiming in from. I want to see you guys introduce yourself. There we go. Hello. Awesome. Welcome. Also, do me a favor, guys, and tag anybody that you know that it needs to write a book. Anybody that you know needs to write a book. I don't know what is going on with YouTube. I think YouTube is just commenting back to back. But you know what? We just going to stay focused. We are not going to be distracted because YouTube is tripping right now. It's trying to post back to back. It's all to the good. All right. So anyways, today we're going to be talking about writing a book. Just to introduce myself in case this is the first time you've ever had a chance to hear my voice. My name is Taria Vision Avant. And what I do, guys, is I work with speakers and coaches. My intention is to show speakers and coaches how to be able to build their business by leveraging tools like being an author. I believe every single speaker should be an author, should write a book. I believe every single coach should be an author, should write a book. And I believe that you should write a book to write another book. I like to use, examples of coaches or speakers, and they continuously write books. You got John C. Maxwell. He writes on leadership, and he has become known for the space of leadership. And so he's always got a new book coming out talking about leadership principles. That's just an example. And he's built $1 million empire off of teaching people off leadership. And as he's grown and built his platform and built his presence, he's been able to expand into different areas where people are paying. I don't know how much it costs. I don't even know how much it cost to actually get into his program, but I want to say it's anywhere between 5 to 7K. And I still ain't seen nobody that is certified, but guess what? He is still charging that. So anyway, so not to say that's a bad thing. I think it's a great thing. I think you should always charge your value. He's a multi-millionaire. And so he is worth every penny. So anyways, with that stated, I believe everybody should write a book. And so today we're going to be talking about writing a book. Now, this is specifically, hey, on Instagram, Veronica and Angela, one of our new authors, certified authorpreneurs in the house. One thing that I want you guys to know, dang, I forgot. I lost my track of thought. But anyways, I teach people how to write books, right? So one thing I think that is also very important when we talk about being authors is that I want you guys to know what genre I work in. I do not help people to write memoirs. I do not help people to write stories or fiction stories. That's not my space. That's not my lane. However, if you need to get in contact with somebody who can help you in that space, in that lane, I am the plug, okay? I'm the plug. I know all the people, so I can put you on the right track. But if you are specifically a speaker or a coach and you are wanting to build you a 6-figure business. Now, I can't say 7 yet because I haven't done 7 figures in 12 months, but I will. But I have built a multiple 6-figure coaching business from home, okay? And if you want to know how to do that leveraging a book, well, then that you're at the right place at the right time. Again, I believe everyone should write a book. A little bit about my story so we can get into this. So I am originally from Hampton, Virginia, and I went to Hampton University, graduated with a degree in computer science. I am a techie. Shout out to all of my techies in the house. Oh, dang on. There we go. Look, you know, I've been playing with my new little gadgets, right? So I'm a techie. So shout out to all the techies in the house. I graduated from college, though, like in many college graduates. I was broke, busted, and disgusted. Couldn't get a job really in my space. I ended up getting a job as a database administrator, which was like a fancy name for a data entry person, but you had to have a degree in computer science, which was kind of fly. Broke, busted, and disgusted. Unfortunately, what happened for me was my father passed away. When my father passed away from stage 4 lung cancer, it really had given me a whole new look on life. You know, I put a post up just the other day how I went to LA for an entire month to study to be an actress. And honestly, a lot of the things that I do in my life, I've always lived kind of like that way. I live like, if I want to try it, I'm going to try it. If it don't work, it don't work. I don't really like to be afraid to take action and do things. And have I always succeeded in everything? No. But I ended up moving to Atlanta to start my journey as being an entrepreneur. But before I moved to Atlanta, y'all, I done tried a whole lot of stuff. Okay. I was a professional tripreneur. Do we have any professional tripreneurs in the house? A tripreneur is going to be someone that just continues to keep trying businesses and you stop them. You try it and you stop it. 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 But I was also really good at quitting. So I would try and quit, right? So I was a quitpreneur too. And so for me, I would never really be able to stay stable enough to have success. A lot of people, guys, I'm going to tell you, one of our biggest challenges is that many of us get addicted to new. We get addicted to new. We want to see something new happen. We want to find something new instead of staying focused, right? So that was me. I was always addicted to something else, looking left, looking right, tripreneur. A worthy woman on Instagram, she said, that's me, right? So anyways, when my father passed away and I moved to Atlanta, I ended up starting my own multimedia company. My father had insurance. Shout out to all the parents who are taking care of their kids by having insurance, okay? Because if it was not for him setting me up this way, I promise you guys I would not be where I am today. And so while my father passing was probably one of the toughest things I've ever had to deal with, it also became one of the biggest blessings in my life because it has allowed me to be where I am today. So I ended up investing into this multimedia company. That was not a good look, though. It did horrible, failed like hell. And then I got into the industry of network marketing. So just to try to fast forward, it took me a few months before I really got a hang of the industry. But eventually, within about 4 to 5 months, I was making $40,000 a month. I then was just grinding all over the place. Let me tell you something. To make 40 grand a month in network marketing is a hustle. It is a grind. To make 10,000 a month in network marketing is a lot. Okay. So I was on my hustle. I was on my grind. I was traveling, working. And then I ended up getting my very first coach. I spent $10,000 into this coach, traveled all the way to Pennsylvania to learn how to write this book. Shout out to Myron Golden. I used to say it was $6,000, but Myron was like, no, T, you paid $10,000. And so it was a 4-day event to go get trained by him. And he opened up my eyes a lot in regards to coaching and stuff. But even though he opened my eyes, I was still kind of focused on trying to build this network marketing business, right? So when I got done with that, I decided that it was time for me to transition, and I went to another company. What a lot of leaders do in the industry of network marketing, they go to new companies. And so I went to another company, and we were selling coffee. I actually still drink the coffee because it's very good. I became a 6-figure earner in that company. And then around 2012, it was like everything started to hit the fan. I had a lot of challenges. Y'all, my organization was crumbling. I had my leaders going to different organizations, different companies. The person that I thought was going to be my husband, I come to find out a lot of other people thought that they was going to be his wife too. My grandma passed away. My good friend passed away. It was like, back to back. It was like everything was hitting me. And y'all, I like to pride myself as saying that I'm a strong woman, but being a strong woman don't mean that you are invincible and you don't have challenges. And so I went through one of the toughest moments, and I went through a very, very deep, severe depression to the point where I no longer wanted to live. The crazy thing about that whole situation is that while I no longer wanted to live, I was too afraid to do anything that was 100%. So like I couldn't jump off. I didn't want to jump off no high building. I'm a little bit afraid of heights, which is crazy because I always liked living in high rises, but I would never really go on the patio because I just get weak. I have a gun, but I don't like to shoot guns. You know what I'm saying? I would never shoot myself. And so unfortunately for me, I couldn't do it, but fortunate for me. Does that make sense? So I asked God at that point, like, if you gonna make me scared to do this, then I need to have a purpose in life. And so immediately, everybody type this in. I want to make sure you guys are paying attention. Everybody type immediately. Because immediately things started shifting for me. Doors started opening up, and I got an opportunity from this person that was hosting the space to do a workshop. I did my very first workshop. Now this progressed from 2012 to 2014. I did my very first workshop in 2014 at this space for free. We had about 60 people. All right, I see you guys. Coach Miss Kiki. Hey, Andy. And I know I'm pronouncing Andy's Burrito. Coach Amazing. I am Coach Amazing, Angela, of course. All right, you guys are typing immediately. All right, here on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, you guys are typing immediately. Awesome. So yeah, so like I got an opportunity to do this event, y'all, and I had like 60 people pull up on me, right? Now, let me tell you how God worked, though, because I want y'all to know I might not be doing what I'm doing today if my first event wasn't as successful as it was. I had 60 people show up, and I had my first 5 people sign up to be in my coaching program. And guess what? This was the first time I was keeping 100% of all the money that I closed. So in network marketing, and no shade to my networkers, okay? Because there's a lot of y'all making some good money, but I was used to recruiting someone and I would get a percentage. But this time, somebody signed into my coaching program. I kept 100% of all the money that I dropped. What? Shut your mouth. Now, at that time, I didn't really understand my value. That's why y'all got to have a coach in this space, because I didn't really have somebody I was working with one-on-one. I was undercharging tremendously. My first 5 people paid $497. Now, at that time, we weren't helping everybody to write their books. We were just kind of teaching them, but we weren't like walking them through the process. Does that make sense? We weren't creating covers, editing. Like I wasn't doing none of that. So that was 2014. Fast forward to today. Now, mind you, if I could toot my own horn, because I like to toot horns, everybody has something to say about me leaving the industry of network marketing. I just want y'all to know. Everybody thought I was crazy. Oh, Taria done lost it. She can't build no more. She's tripping. Everybody thought that. But see, when you have a bigger vision, I want y'all to hear me out real quick, y'all. When you I gotta move this mic because I'm trying to do too much. when you have a bigger vision, when you have a bigger picture, and you understand the purpose of what you're doing and why you're doing it, it ain't meant for everybody else to understand. See, I knew coming from the industry of network marketing, the reason why I decided to write my very first book is because I had an opportunity. At this point, when I wrote this book, I was already a six-figure earner in network marketing. I was already making six figures. Do not wait until you get the money to write about success. You don't have to do that. There's nothing in the books that say that you must make a certain amount of income before you're qualified to help other people. Everybody ain't trying to get the six figures first of all. So anyway, so I waited until I got to the six figures to write the book. The reason why I decided to write the book, let me tell you, here's the true story. I had hit diamond. You know, I got celebrated. In fact, let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show y'all. One of the things that you got when you went diamond in the company. So one of the things that you received when you went diamond was a real sword. This is a real Excalibur sword, y'all. It's heavy as hell. In fact, I used to always have it hanging up and up, so when people would come over to do meetings and stuff, like you could see my sword and people would be fascinated with it, right? So I had this real sword. You got a real award, all this type of stuff. I mean, I was being recognized, honey. I was the business. And I sat down with this guy who I had met when I first moved to Atlanta. He was a lawyer. He had just become a lawyer, and I had just moved to Atlanta to start this business, right, in multimedia. So anyways, of course, fast forward, I'm no longer doing multimedia. I'm straight up a network marketer, six-figure earner. This all I do. I'm focused. I don't even have friends that's not in network marketing. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, if anybody is in network marketing, don't do that. Don't cut your friends off because they not buying your product and your service. Don't cut your family off. That's another training, another conversation. We're not going to get into it. But y'all, everybody is not meant to be in your life to be your customer or your business partner. Some people are meant to allow you to let your hair down and be your damn self. How you doing? Okay, so anyways. I sat down with old boy and I was like, so how you doing? You know, what's good? He I just became partner at my law firm. So I'm like, oh, that's fire. That's dope. And so then he's like, well, what are you doing? And I was like, well, thank you for asking me. I had my little sachets with my samples. I was like, I'm actually in a coffee business because I thought that, now that I was making success, I was like, okay, I could start talking to more, lawyers, doctors and stuff like that. So I told him I was in this coffee business. Yeah, you would have thought I told him I was selling some drugs out these streets because he, you would have thought I was telling him I was selling weed before weed started to become legal in these states, right? Because, honey, his whole energy shifted. He didn't want to talk to me no more. And I was not even an aggressive recruiter. So I know y'all know the aggressive recruiter. I wasn't that girl. Most people didn't even know that I was even in the industry. I was just super laid back. But needless to say, I was like, oh, so he don't respect me. Now, in my mind, I want y'all to know, in my mind, I'm thinking for you, don't be trying to clown me because I'm over here getting this bread. I'm probably making more money than him, but I didn't do that. I'm not the shade girl. And so I was just like, all right, no respect. So I wrote the book. I wrote this book and I wrote it in 30 days. I never forget. Let me tell you where I wrote it. I wrote it at the Commerce Club in Atlanta, Georgia. I forget what floor of the Commerce Club. I think it's 18th floor, downtown Atlanta, Georgia. If anybody knows I'm talking about, the Commerce Club, this is where I wrote the book. And I remember I was working on the book. This older guy came over to me. He was like, yeah, so what you doing? Because they be nosy as hell in there when they see a girl by herself. So, oh, what you doing? So I was like, well, I'm writing this book. He was like, okay, what's the book about? And when is it going to be done? I was like, I'm going to finish it in 30 days. And he told me, oh, I don't know if that's going to be a good book. Oh, here y'all go testing me. Y'all gonna learn to stop testing me. So I wrote it in 30 days, y'all. And when I say the doors started opening up, I was getting opportunities to speak in organizations like BNI, real estate organizations. I was invited to speak in bridal organizations. I mean, when I say the doors were opening up, Listen, the doors were opening up, y'all. It was the best thing ever. And then I started realizing how I could use my book to build up my business. I could use my book as giveaways. I could use my book, so people could use this to edify me. I was using it in all types of ways. But God, how many of y'all know that God don't always just give you the clearest vision? Sometimes you got to take the first step and take another step. And when you take more steps, it's like he opens it up a little bit more for you to see the full vision. See, I thought I was writing a book initially so that I could use it to build my network marketing business. I never knew that I was writing a book so that one day I could become a coach in this space and show people how to use their books to build multiple streams of income. Fast forward to today, when everybody was laughing at me and calling me crazy and saying I was tripping, I lost my mind, I was afraid to build. I've helped more than 5,000 plus people to become authors. So, can we pop a collar or two? How you doing? Okay, so, and let me tell you something. I've had several 6 and 7-figure network marketer earners that have come on board to write their own books and now leveraging their books to build multiple streams of income. If you're a speaker, if you're a coach, if you want to be a speaker, if you want to be a coach, you need to write a book. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this training today. How we doing? First thing we're going to talk about, y'all, is why you should write a book, okay? So hopefully by now you've got an idea of why you should write a book. I gave you an example. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is my bowing. But hopefully by now you've got a little bit of an idea of why you should write a book. But guys, I'm going to tell you this. Number one, you need to write a book because everybody here, I believe, wants to leave a legacy for their family. One of the best ways to leave a legacy is by writing a book. I don't know if you've ever read this book, and if you have not, you need to go grab a copy. It's called Think and Grow Rich. It was written by Napoleon Hill during the Great Depression. This book is said to be one of the top selling self-help books in the world. He wrote it during the Great Depression, but it still sells today. See, that is what you call truly leaving legacy. Now, the key is the book Think and Grow Rich is not his life story. It's a book that teaches success principles. And as long as we live and breathe, success principles will always be principles. Does that make sense? It'll always be the same. So he wrote a book that even today is still valid. You got to start thinking like this when you're writing your books, but it allows you to leave legacy. You could pass on, and guess what? This book, A 6-Figure Vision, could still sell, and my kids, whenever I get some kids, will be able to sell this book and still make money from it, right? Number two, another reason why you should write a book is because it opens doors. Literally, ladies and gentlemen, there are some organizations that are having major conferences. The first question that they're going to ask you is, do you have a book? You be looking crazy. And then, let me tell you something. Y'all got to stop getting on these stages with these books that don't have nothing to do with what you talking about. Like, that is backwards, right? That's so backwards. I've seen people that'll get on the stage and be telling people how to overcome fear, and then their book is about something else. Don't got nothing to do with what they talking about. You want to make sure that you write a book in your space, in your industry. Now, don't just, I see somebody just came up here and it says Nelly Rue Jewelry. And now I'm going to give you guys a real live example. I'm going to take one of your businesses and turn it into multiple streams. Just because you're in a jewelry business don't mean you need to write a book about jewelry, though. You've got to pay attention to, as a result of what you do, what do people now feel? What is it that they're now experiencing? What is the end result? So if I was in a jewelry business, let's just say, okay, I'm going to get a specific niche market. I'm hooking y'all up real quick. I hope y'all taking notes. I hope you're taking some notes. Because if you're in a jewelry company, right, I'm going to show you how to take a jewelry business, turn it into a book. When somebody goes and buys jewelry, it just depends on who your audience is. But you first need to figure out, who are you targeting? Because if you know who you're targeting, you know where to go. Let's just say I target in my jewelry business business women who have a substantial amount of income. They're making at least $60,000 a year. That's a decent income, right? $60,000 a year and above. Okay, $60,000 a year and above. These are the women, because I want women that can have some extra coin. They like to spend money on some, nice jewelry. Like their pieces might be about $75 to $100. Okay, does that make sense? So if I know my clientele are professional women who make that kind of money, I'm going to make sure that I'm a part of specific organizations that tailor to these types of women. I'm not going to be at everybody free 99 networking event. I'm probably going to join certain women's organizations that require an investment. And I make sure that I build relationships. Now, when a woman wears this jewelry, this $75 to $100 jewelry, what is it why does she buy that jewelry? Why does she wear that jewelry? Because that jewelry makes her feel like she stands out. Y'all listening? It's not the jewelry. It's the results that people want. So the jewelry makes her stand out. So where most people mess up, y'all are in a jewelry business and you think I should write about jewelry. No, you should write about the results. The results are the standing out. How to stand out in a crowded world. You can be like, how to stand out and look better than your boss. Right? And so now you're talking and you got a book about standing out. And one of the ways to stand out is how you dress. And so now in there, you're talking about your jewelry pieces. But then you can add other chapters about other stuff that helps you to stand out. See, it separates you, but it opens up doors. So now you've written a book about standing out in your industry, but you sell jewelry. And you go reach out to this organization that has this huge conference with thousands of people, and you get an opportunity to speak on the stage and talk to them about standing out, not jewelry. Does that make sense? You're talking to them about the results that people are looking for. And so this is why you need to write a book, because writing the book opens the doors. Now, with it open the doors, it allows you to build multiple streams of income. So I just broke it down for you guys how you can take the jewelry, write the book about standing out. That's just one chapter about dress, right? So let's just say another way that you can stand out is your diction. Learn how to speak. What's going on, Jeff? Jeff is one of those 7-figure earners that I told you about. One of our brand new, we'll be announcing it soon, but he's one of those 7-figure network marketers. I told you, I got friends in network marketing, friends in big places. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So let's just say now your streams of income. You're going to sell your jewelry. You're going to sell your book, but then you've got other chapters, right? You got other chapters in your book. Let's say one of them is about your diction. Now, you don't do nothing with diction. You like to read, what that got to do with me? I sell jewelry, but you go find someone who helps people to speak with diction. Y'all have to learn how to build partnerships. It's called joint venture, affiliate. It's called referral-based business. You find someone who's a speech coach or a speech whatever that teaches women how to project. You partner up with them, and in a chapter, you talk about projection. You can even get advice from them. You can even get them to sponsor a chapter. I'm just giving y'all some ideas. See, I said I wasn't going to go through all this, but I'm breaking it down because I need y'all to understand. Y'all be writing about the wrong stuff. You got to write about the stuff that people want results on, okay? All right, so these are some of the reasons why you need to write a book. Most of all, the reason why you need to write a book is because it immediately separates you. Right now, the media is looking for all types of positive news that we can put on the media, right? And if you write a book about something that can be catered in a way to what's going on in this world, it will separate you. I was watching when we first went into shutdown and they were talking about restaurants. They had a woman who was the author of Restaurateur. Or it was something. The book was about restaurants. I ain't never heard of this lady. I went to go look it up, look at her followers. She ain't had no big followers. She wasn't an influencer. She happened to just be an author about a topic on what the news was looking for. And so, guys, you've got to position yourself the right way. And being an author to this day, I don't care. People, look, ain't nobody ever asked me how much money do I really make. Nobody's ever asked me how many degrees do I really have. But honey, when I got this book, it immediately gives me all type of clout. So that's why you need to write a book. Okay, so number 2, let's go on number 2. How to turn that book into 3 streams of income. Well, I just kind of gave you an example with the jewelry, okay? But let's do this. I need everybody to go ahead, if you're watching right now, I need you to go ahead and type in the product, one specific product that you sell. I want you to type one specific product that you sell. I'm going to show you real quick. And for those of you watching on Instagram, what I'll do is I'll turn the screen so y'all can see my screen. I want y'all to type one product that you sell. One product. Look, I got stuff all in the house. I got jewelry. One product that you sell. One product that you sell. All right. I can't go off of books. I need some specific. So if you got a book, you sell a result. So the book sells a result. So okay, so we've got coffee. We got coffee here. Product or the result that you sell. Is that cool? So product or the result that you actually sell. I want you guys to type that in. I don't know what's going on over here on my other broadcast because I just keep seeing a whole lot of LOL. Okay, positive affirmation journals for kids. Software. What kind of software? What kind of software? Desserts. Okay, desserts. We about to use desserts. Let's use desserts. We're going to use desserts as an example. Okay? All right, so I'm going to turn my screen so y'all can see what I'm doing over here too on Instagram. We're going to use desserts as an example because most of y'all would never even think about writing a book about desserts. Okay? So if y'all ready, let me go ahead and get this right here popping. Let me get this popping, and I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see what we're doing, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this desserts into 3 streams of income from leveraging our book, okay? Y'all ready? So, what's her name? Rocky Rose sells desserts, right? Now, when we think about desserts, there's 2 different clients, okay? There's 2 clients. Well, there can be potentially 2 clients. There can be the people who buy the desserts, right? And then you can have people who want to learn how to make them, okay? Now, the thing that most of us need to understand is that being an expert means that you can also be an educator here, okay? Okay? You could be an educator here. Hopefully y'all can see on Instagram. Okay, you could be an educator here too. All right. So let's use the fact that you have people that want to learn how to start their own dessert business. Now, when you create the opportunity to teach individuals how to start their own dessert business, doesn't that still make you the expert? And don't people look at you like, well, if she teaching people how to make desserts, then she must got the best desserts, right? So we're going to, and then by the way, just because you teach people how to make the desserts, 9 times out of 10, I got recipes for days. I don't feel like making it from scratch. So if I'm just going to go ahead and order it from her, I'm going to order it from her, but I'm going to still get the book. So let's just talk about, now, this is the thing. Let's say that you have a target audience, right? Your target audience is women. You could even do single women who want to learn how to make desserts. Why am I saying single women? Because single women want a man. And they want to make desserts, because they want to cook something really nice, something really sweet for their man, right? And so let's say that these desserts that she cooks are going to help her get the man of her dreams. Now, this is the thing. Some of y'all going to say, I already know, some of y'all going to be like, well, how is a dessert going to help somebody get the man of their dreams? The same way that y'all be going to these women brunches thinking going to the women brunch going to change your life. The same way that you think that if I sit here and speak over and over again that this going to change my life. It's called the law of attraction. And the way the law of attraction works is whatever you focus on shall be your truth because you're going to start working towards making it happen. All right? Okay, y'all with me? Are y'all with me? All right, so let me do this real quick because there we go. I want to make this bigger so we can see it. Okay. So, boom. All right, so target audience is single women. So let's just say the book is about dessert, make desserts, get a man, right? That's what we're going to call it. We're going to keep it real simple, right? So now you got a book all about making desserts and getting a man. Y'all with me? You make desserts though. This is what you do professionally, but you want to create a book that teaches women, this may not be the title, but I'm just giving y'all an example, right? So the multiple streams of income. And what I like to do is I teach you guys how to build at least 3 streams of income. So you're going to have your intro, which is your book. That's about $20. Then you have your core, which is going to be something. And then you have your premium. Okay. Now, this book might even be like $49, right? $49 because you're gonna have some recipes, and you're gonna get with a relationship expert and gonna talk about cooking for the man and how to feed it to him, all that stuff. Like, you're gonna make it interesting. You don't gotta be a relationship expert. You are the chef, okay? You're the chef. But you're gonna make this book interesting, and you're gonna have the recipes in there. You're gonna talk about the stuff, da 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 da. Right? Now, why are people going to have you coming to speak? Because you're telling people how to cook the best desserts that's going to get his mouth watering for your dessert. I hope ain't no kids up in here. Okay, so anyways, so your core, let's just say your core could be, you might have the Get a Man Premium kit, and this might come with the you might have like a custom robe. What do you call it? What do you call them things that you cook with? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Look, I don't know. Y'all see, I don't cook. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? The little robe thing that you put on, right? You got the little robe. It's got the book in here too. Maybe it has like some video training. Maybe like about 7 videos of training on how to make desserts, right? Okay, so boom, there you go. So you got your core, right? You got your core. Now your core, guess what you're gonna charge for this? $97. $97 apron. There we go, the apron. I'm talking about robe, right? So you're charging $97 for this. Now your premium, what's your premium gonna be? The platinum package, right? And the platinum kit. And your platinum kit can be like a retreat. You might do a retreat that you're going to do where we can all come together. We're going to cook together. We're going to learn together. We're going to learn how to get some men's together. We're going to talk about our lives because, women like to do that. And then you're going to have the apron. You're going to have the book. You're going to have and you can have like the advanced cookbook. And then you got some additional videos, right? And so this one right here, you're going to charge like $9.97 for that. Now, the retreat, you might charge a little bit more because it's a retreat, okay? So with that stated, y'all, these are 3 streams of income. Now, how do you sell that? You sell that in the book. The book is what that qualifies you. Now, are people going to still come to you to get their desserts? Of course they're going to come get their desserts. Because you are the pro. You know how to get, and you're going to have women from all over the world now coming and seeking your desserts. Because, darling, your desserts is going to help them to get their man. They maybe don't want to cook it, but they can be like, let me get your dessert, honey, because I'm going to get this dessert so it can help me get my man. See, y'all be thinking, y'all got to start thinking beyond just the product and the result. You got to think beyond the product and think of the result, because the result is what gets you the coin. And when you write the right book, honey, it'll allow you to build multiple streams over and over again. I mean, literally, we can take that right there, that idea right there, and we can turn that into way more streams of income, but I ain't got all day. I ain't got all day to show y'all all the streams of income. That's why you need to be in the boot camp, okay? That's why you need to be coached, because y'all be writing the wrong books. You'll be writing the wrong books, and then y'all launch it, and y'all launch the book, and you might get a couple sales on the launch, but then afterwards, it's crickets. Because the initial people that's going to support you is your inner circle. You need to have a book that when it sits down on the table, they look at it and they say, oh yeah, how much is this? And it's $20 every single time, minimum. Some of y'all need to be charging more depending upon what it is that you're putting in the books, but we never sell our books for less than $20. Okay, so here's number 3, how to get started. Okay, so I want to tell you guys how you're going to get started with your book, because that's the number one thing, right? And the number one mistake that many people make is they get started on their book the wrong way. The key here with writing your book and being successful, okay, I'm about to hook y'all up with the details. I'm going to hook y'all up with the details. Matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and put the number on the screen, because I know some of y'all ain't got, I know y'all attention span a little short. Y'all been up here 45 minutes. Y'all like, Tari, I got to go. I know how y'all do. All right. So for y'all on Instagram, I have to, I'll put it on the screen for a little while so y'all can see on the screen. Y'all see I got a whole situation up in here, but I'll put it on the screen here and then I'll get back with y'all. Okay, so you need to y'all take a screenshot of that right there on Instagram. Take a screenshot. Okay, y'all, so look. For those of you who are already ready to rock and roll, you want to know how to get started with the boot camp, you can go here. I'm going to tell you about the details of the boot camp right now. So I want to tell you about the details of the boot camp so that you can, here we go. I'll do like that. So that you can learn more about what this boot camp is all about. Okay. So, okay. So first of all, how do you get started? So this is the mistake that many people make when they're writing their books. The first things first is when you think about when somebody puts together a movie. Does somebody put together a movie like, look, I want to do a movie about XYZ, and then like they just think of the characters and think of the idea and then they just go ahead and start shooting it? No, it's a whole process when a movie is put together. You have to write out the movie. Then you got to rewrite out the movie. Then you got to look through the flow of the movie. Then you start doing table read where you start bringing on the people you do. It's a lot of processes that go between the idea of the movie to actually putting the movie together. But what many people do with their books, you know what they do? They say, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to go home. Chapter 1, I was born at a very young age. Don't even know how the book ends, right? Don't even know. Hold on, y'all, this dog right here. Yeah, I live right by a little park, and so the dogs be running by, they're stopping to look at the screen, child. I thought he was about to run up here on the window. I was going to show y'all. But don't even know how the book ends, but you already started with chapter 1. This is why a lot of people get what is called writer's block, because we're out here writing the book, and we haven't figured out how it's going to end. So you must plan your book out first. Here's my tip. 7 chapters. 7 chapters, y'all. Y'all be trying to have these books that's 300 pages. Ain't nobody reading a 300-page book no more. People don't want to read those types of books. People want nice, quick books, straight to the point. And let me tell you what's crazy about people. People love a book when it could be like, couple hundred pages. No, like really like 100 to 150 is what I tell people, right? And then you have another book come out, and then they'll buy the next one, and they'll read that one too. So when you make a book easy to read, people will love to read it and they'll feel accomplished and they'll want to read another one of your books. So you want to start off with 7 chapters, 7, 10, or 12. The max is 12. Anything over that, you need to have another book. You do not have to put everything in your book, guys. I want you to understand, you write a book to write another book. Right? You write a book to write another book, but the goal is to have a book that's going to put you in the right position so that you can leverage yourself and build your business, okay? Leverage yourself and build your business. So the first thing we want to do is identify the chapters. Now, you need to know who you serve. You need to know, as a result of them reading this book, what are the results that they're going to get. This is one of the biggest challenges that many people have. In fact, we could sit here right now and literally do a training just on that alone, and still people would have challenges because it's one of the hardest, because we are, we just live in a society. I don't know where this came from. Everybody be trying to be so deep, honey, with these words. I help people to dig down into their inner deep, feelings of self and find out and break through so they can find their purpose. How many of y'all keep hearing people tell people they help people to find their purpose? And no shade if you say that, but guys, we purposed out. We are purposed out over here. I need some results. What we talking about here? Purpose what? Because everybody got different purposes. Some of us have a purpose to be a wife or a husband. Some of us have a purpose to be an activist. Some of us have a purpose to be a community leader. Some of us have a purpose to be, all of us got different purposes. So honey, you need to figure out what the purpose is. And that's what you teach on. I help people to become successful in activism. I help people to become successful wives and husbands. I help people to become successful community leaders. I help people to become successful business owners or speakers. What is the purpose? Get specific in that end purpose, and that's what you teach on. Stop trying to be the person you trying to help serve everybody, because you serving everybody, you serving no one. I ain't never met a multimillionaire that tells me, Taria, I help everyone. I help all people. Imagine if, you know what's so crazy? If y'all have never watched or listened to the Steve Jobs autobiography, y'all should listen to it. But there was a time, when, Apple has certain software that only Apple computers can use. And and there's certain software that's out that like piece that's a PC, Apple refuses to even allow. Like we hadn't been able to use Microsoft Word for a very long time. They recently made it available for Apple, right? Like couple years ago. But what if Apple said, no, but we want to serve everybody? No, Apple said, no. We have a certain clientele, and this is who we serve, and we're not afraid to niche it on down. This is why Apple is one of the only companies I've ever seen in my life where a new phone will come out. You just got a phone last year or less than 6 months ago, but a new phone will come out, and not only will you go get that new phone, but baby, you will stand in line for hours. Some people spend the night. Type of craziness is that. I don't know if y'all ever done that. I ain't calling y'all crazy. I'm just saying I wouldn't do it, right? But because they have separated themselves. They have a specific niche audience, and they say, no, this is what we do. We're not trying to make it so that you can FaceTime people on an Android. You can only FaceTime people on an Apple phone. You can only do certain things if you got an Apple phone. They didn't want to serve the world. So you've got to niche it on down, guys, okay? So once you create those, before you even create the chapters, you need to figure out who you're serving. As a result of them doing this, what are they going to get? And I always like to tell people, the easiest way to do this is just make some steps. 7 steps, 7 tips, 7 secrets, etc., etc. It doesn't have to be as complicated, guys. I want you to understand we live in a world where we are simplistic. We want stuff straight to the point. We want it easy. We want it simple. I'm telling you, to overcomplicate this process, especially if you're trying to create a book that's designed to help you grow as a speaker or a coach, is crazy. And another thing, let's go back to John C. Maxwell talking about leadership. You need to figure out that one thing, and that's what you continue to keep writing about. John C. Maxwell wrote a book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Okay, the word irrefutable means like, this is it. That's done. Ain't nothing else. It's law. And law means final. Finalization. Law. This is law. He just released a new version. Well, damn. I thought it was irrefutable and it was a law. No. Because he gets it. He done wrote so many books on leadership, and a lot of stuff be repeated information. Is just updated for the year. So guys, stop being afraid to niche it on down. Niche it on down, get a specific result, okay? Now, another thing, guys, is you got to understand the publishing process, okay? So I want to talk to you guys about publishing. So let's just say your book is complete and now you're ready to get it published. Where people mess up. Where people mess up is they think they need to go to a publishing company and get signed by a publishing company in order to be an author. Guys, today, self-publishing is the way to go. Period. I don't care how big you get. I wish I would. Listen, I'm telling y'all, listen. They were saying that First Lady Michelle Obama made $5 million or something like that from the book sales. Bro. Now, y'all know she signed through a publishing company. Now, First Lady Michelle Obama, is it safe to say, if you knew that she was coming to your city to do a book signing and you bought the book to come to the event, whatever, but you had to pay maybe an extra $5 to come to that event, would you have paid it? You sure would have. In fact, what if they even charged you $100 and something so that you could go get in the VIP line? It might be more than that, but get in the VIP line so that you could also get her to sign it. They might limit it to the first, 200 people or something like that, right? They might charge nominal numbers for that though, right? All she would have had to do was find for the first venue, pre-sale them tickets, the VIP tickets. It would have paid for the venue itself. You don't need to go to it because that's the only thing the publishing company did. She still had to go on the book tour. She still had to promote it. She still had to go on all the different shows. All she needed to do for that was hire a publicist and pay them a small fee. That publishing company, if she made $5 million easily, y'all listening to me? Easily did about 5 times that. Because when you go to a publishing company, first of all, you lose your creative control, but they only pay you a very small percentage. That's if you go to a company where they sign you on, give you a check, and then you're able to go, I wish I would. I want 100% of my profits. Every single one of us, guys, you should be self-published. Another reason why some people will go to a publishing company is because they want their book in a store. They want it to be at the store, at the airport. But last time I checked is even if your book is in the store at the airport, if you're not marketing you, guess what? Ain't nobody buying your book. Guys, I don't care about having my book in no damn store. I care about my book being in people's homes. I care about my book and being in people's hands. I want people to have their book in their houses. I want them to have multiple books that they can give to other people. My book being in a bookstore ain't doing nobody justice. And so at the end of the day, you know the best place the book should be? In your customer's hand. And how do they get in their hand? Because you're out there marketing. You're out here getting on the news. You're out here speaking at the conferences. You're out here doing what you need to do so that you can be in front of your target audience. Y'all, we be looking at the wrong stuff. Another reason why people go to a publishing company is because they just don't want to deal with putting the book together. And in those situations, you can actually hire a company to do it for you. Now, there's other publishing companies out there. We have a publishing package as well. We do not set ourselves up to say that we are your publisher. We are just the designer because we do help design your book covers, but you are self-published. You keep all your profits. You keep all your money. But some people will go to a publishing company. I met a young lady the other day. She said she paid over $10,000 to go to her publishing company and they still got royalties from her book. I said, damn, this company getting that bread. Now, am I mad at the publishing company? No, I'm mad that I'm not mad at nobody. Listen, y'all need to do your research. Y'all need to make sure y'all figure it out. Stop being lazy. Stop being lazy because that's all it was. She'd rather pay $10,000 and then give up a significant amount of her royalties because she didn't want to do the work herself, or at least hire someone to do the editing, to do the formatting, to do the cover. Guys, it's not as hard as you think it is. So with that stated, publishing is nothing more to publish your book once your manuscript is done. Now, we are specifically talking about how-to books. And if you write them in the format and the style that we teach, the most that you will need to do is have somebody to edit your book for grammar and punctuation. You ain't got to get nobody to edit your book for the layout and all of that stuff because that's not going to be relevant, okay? Grammar and punctuation. You get an editor. Now, if you're writing, let's just say for those of you who are writing memoirs or fictional books or things like that, there's a different style of editing that takes place for that. You got to have an editor that's going to read the flow of the book. And that can be substantial. That can take a little longer. That can cost a lot more. Okay. So you have different types of editors, right? Then once the book is edited, then you get it formatted. This is where you get it resized. Because when you type a book, your book is not this size. Your book is 8.5 by 11. When you're typing in Word, that's 8.5 by 11. So you must have it resized. You have to have the page numbers included. You got to have the table of contents, how the chapter's going to start, how you want the top of the page to look like. All of that is formatting. If you want your book to be an ebook, that's a whole nother type of formatting on top of that, okay? So you hire someone to format your book for you, okay? Then another thing is your book cover. Y'all, I can't tell you how many people that I see lose so much business because their book cover, they cousin Pookie, they learn how to use Photoshop, and their cousin Pookie said, look, I'm going to do your book cover for you for free. And because you don't want to hurt Pookie feelings, you let Pookie go do your little book cover and your book looking jagged and raggedy. Okay? Y'all better stop giving away y'all, because all you just did is costed yourself thousands, you possibly millions. I've seen book covers, they so bad because it looks so janky. Ain't nobody buying that book. You be talking about 6-figure success and your book look like somebody drew the cover. A 5-year-old drew the cover. Guys, it's not just also about images and things of that nature. There are books out there that have no pictures on them at all that are still top sellers. It's not about images. It's about making sure that your book is designed to sell. It's making sure that the title is giving the right results. It's making sure that you're going to produce the results that when the person looks at the cover, that it's going to produce the results that they need right? So it's got to be specific. It's got to help the person. And this is another thing. Your title may even change when you go through the process. I know my title changed. I had pre-sold my book and my title changed after I had finished pre-selling because it is what it is. I didn't want that title no more and I needed a different result. Does that make sense? So does that make sense? So y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? I know y'all got some pookies out there. Don't try to play me. Some of y'all got pookies out there. Y'all be letting pookies do your website, do your social media, and your stuff be looking real janky. And y'all be out here talking about 6 figures and stuff. Your stuff looking like 2 figures. That's $10. Look like $10. Like you make $10. Okay? All right. Look, this is the deal. Publishing is also creating a cover design to sell. So one of the things that we do teach in our boot camp is not only about the imagery, which is not necessarily as relevant, but the layout, right? The back cover is not supposed to be a long bio about you. Okay. The back cover is supposed to get the person into yes mode. Because when somebody looks at your book, they first look at the title to see what is the result. Then they flip it over to see, okay, does this confirm the result? And you need to set your book up in a way so that you get the person like, oh, I need this. And many times we mess up them covers. So we teach, that's what the publishing is all about. And then the publisher will put it on a website to get it printed so that you can get it printed. Now, many book publishers will put it through their website. Okay. Like they might even load it on Amazon themselves through their Amazon account, get their royalties from Amazon, which ain't nothing. But then when like say somebody goes to their website to print a book, because they'll create their own website, have your book on there for sale. Let's say somebody goes to your publisher's website, they print it out. Then guess what they do? They give you your $4 that you make from the book, and then they keep the rest of the 10. No, ma'am. No, sir. That's what you need to stop. You need to keep all that. You need to keep all that money. Okay. All right. So with that stated, boot camp. Let's talk about the boot camp. First of all, you guys see the number right here. We only have 30 seats for this particular event. I want you guys to understand this is not a cheap event. Okay. So if y'all trying to get stuff for free 99, all of that, let me tell you something. Y'all need to start increasing your having level. I hear people all the time tell me that they want to make 6 figures, but have never invested into anything that will kind of challenge them. Okay. So you got to be willing to make these investments. It's not a cheap program. Okay. My program should be sold for $8,000 just at minimum with what we're offering. Okay. Just want you guys to understand. In the boot camp, it's going to be July 24th, 25th, and 26th. It's a 3-day event. However, starting next week, we're going to be doing live trainings, live Q&A sessions, but you're going to get homework. Now, even if you don't get started next week, you'll get access to the replay, okay? So you get access to all the replays, but we'll be having live trainings once a week up till the actual boot camp. And the purpose of doing that and giving you access to this is so that when the actual boot camp comes, you are ready for battle. You got the right idea about what your book is going to be about. You're knowing how to leverage it. 2 weeks prior to the boot camp, for those of you who are enrolled, we will create your book cover. We'll create your capture page, flyer. You're going to be able to start pre-selling with your flyer. Okay. So you're going to get all of that. All right. So you're going to get the 3-day training, and I'm sorry, it's not a training. The boot camp is actual work. So on those 3 days, we're going to literally be working on our books. And if you're not a typer, I want you guys to understand something. If you are not a great typer, this is perfect for you because we teach you the technique of how to use your voice. But see, where people mess up is they don't know how to create the foundation, or they make the wrong foundation. So the great thing about being in the boot camp is that as you go through, we're looking at what you're creating. Okay, me and my team, we're making sure that it makes sense based on the results that you're trying to provide. In fact, we'll already have looked at your foundation before the boot camp even starts. Only 30 seats. I ain't trying to do a whole lot of people. Only 30 seats for this particular one. Also, guess what we thrown in for this particular boot camp? See, this is what I hate to see good people do. Good people will work on this book, honey, and then leave and then go get somebody that don't know what the hell they doing with books to put their book together. Listen, y'all, I'm not a publisher. Did y'all hear me? I'm not a book publisher. I'm out here teaching you how to get this bread. I'm going to teach you how to write the right book that's going to get you some sales. It's not just about having a book, but learning how to leverage it. It's having the right person to create your cover that's designed to convert. It's about being able to have the book printed and written out the right way and leveraged and laid out so that it's going to sell for you. See, a lot of people make mistakes. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna nip that in the bud. What you're not gonna do is go through my program and then go get somebody else, Pookie and them, to finish it up. Talking about I coached you, because I ain't coached you to have that cover. Okay? I ain't coach you to have that cover. I ain't coach you to have that layout. That layout looked like your little niece did it. Okay? So with our boot camp, we are including for all of our students. So hold on, Instagram, stop. I forgot you can only be on Instagram for We're including with all of our students the publishing package, okay? So the publishing package is going to be the editing, the formatting, the book cover design. We're doing all of that. The capture page. We're going to have the flyer. And then once you're done pre-selling, because we stop pre-selling once it goes to formatting, because formatting is now where we're putting all the names and everything. We can't change the formatting once it's done, right? However, we also make available to you so that you're able to take that capture page over. So we connect you with our team members. So if you decide you want to keep the capture page, you can host it for an entire year and we connect you directly to them, okay? So this is a huge opportunity. You're talking about not only are we going to have 3 days of writing, 3 days of coaching, right? But we're also going to make sure that your book gets published. When the book is done, we also upload it for you to Amazon or Lulu. You get to choose. I recommend Amazon. I don't recommend having it on Amazon so you can sell it on Amazon. So a lot of people get confused. When I say uploading it to Amazon, I'm talking about so that you can log into the KDP and order books in bulk, okay? I just seen the price point it's way less expensive on Amazon than it is on Lulu. It just depends sometimes on the pages. So I recommend using Amazon. And if you decide you want to list it on Amazon, you can. This book right here, if you go to Amazon and try to get the printed version, it's $40. Because I'm trying to get all my bread. Look, because Amazon, you list that book for $20 on Amazon, they might give you $4 or $5. I wish I would. No, I need all my bread. So I sell my books on my website, right? So with that stated, guys, you want to make sure that you get this entire publishing package, right? So we included it into this boot camp. You're also going to get a certified authorpreneur certificate. You're going to get a t-shirt that's going to come in the mail, right? Matter of fact, let me show y'all the t-shirt. Hold on, let me go get the t-shirts. Okay, y'all ready? Here's the brand new t-shirts that we've got. Those who were in the boot camp who actually enrolled into the publishing package, their t-shirts should be arriving tomorrow. So this says broke. Let's say broke, stressed, pressed. It's crossed out, but not certified authorpreneur. So I ain't broke, I ain't stressed, I ain't pressed. And a certified authorpreneur is an entrepreneur certified by Book Profits Club as an author who is qualified in building multiple streams of income through leveraging their book to impact the lives of others. That's what a certified authorpreneur. So you get your t-shirt, and you only can get that t-shirt when you are in the boot camp. This is not a shirt we sell anywhere else. So when you rock that shirt, that means you're official, okay? You get a certificate. You're also going to get a copy of my book. I got a new book that's coming out as well. It's supposed to be out, but, we're going to work on it. We're going to get it done. But you guys will get a copy of that. It comes with training as well. So when you get into the publishing package, you will get one-on-one training call that'll take place once the book has been edited or before we send it to editing. It just depends. I will set up a call with you and myself so that we can go over some strategy, okay? So every single one of you guys get a training. When you come on board, you'll also be assigned a team. You'll have your own editor. You'll have your own cover designer. You'll have all of this. And this is all included with the boot camp taking place July 24th, 25th, and 26th. Now, we're about to wrap this on up because I know y'all ready to go, and I'm ready to get some wine. How you doing? Okay, 30 seats are available. 30 seats are available. We already have 3 people enrolled. We have about 15 people with scheduled calls. Now, if you are a previous attendee of our boot camp, do we have any alumni in the house? Any alumni in the house? Any alumni in the house? If we got any alumni in the house, say I'm in the house. In the house. Any alumni in the house, darling? If we have any alumni, I just want y'all to say in the house, so I can see if we have any alumni. All alumni, you guys get a special because you've already invested once. So you get a special, okay? So when you text this number, you need to make sure that you said that you are a previous attendee. Deshonda is an alumni, but she's already got locked in her spot for the July event, okay? In the house. We got our alumni in the house. Okay? So, if you are an alumni, you need to make sure in the text message that you send that you say that you are an alumni, okay? So, that's what the thing. So, you need to text your name, who invited you. Also, alumni. You know y'all can invite people. Okay, you know you can invite people. I told y'all, invite people. So if you're a previous alumni, you need to invite some people to these broadcasts. I'll be doing more. As you know, of course, I told y'all the numbers gonna go down. All right. So who invited you? What you want to write about. So we want to know what you want to write about because I want to make sure that this book camp is going to be beneficial. I told y'all I don't do my memoirs. I don't do autobiographies and stuff like that. I don't do fictional stories. And so if that's what you end up wanting to write about, I will connect you to the right people. Yes, I'm in the book writing space, and guess what I do? I plug other people into that do book writing as well all the time. I do it all the time. I connect people to other people. That's how you win in life, right? So anyway, so you need to who invited you, what you want to write about, and if you are a previous attendee. If you are not, don't worry about it, okay? They didn't get this offer as far as the publishing package and all of that. So I just want you to understand this is something brand new. Now, what's going to happen when you actually send a text message, okay? My team is going to respond back to you, and they're going to either send you some details on what it would be if you're a previous alumni, which, by the way, we know all the alumni too, just so you know. Or if you are if you're not an alumni, we're going to send you to a website so that you can see some testimonials. You can get a full idea of what it is. And then you'll also be able to schedule a session to get on the line with me. Okay. You will actually talk to me. Moi, Taria, Avant. Don't be nervous. I'm real chill and laid back. Okay. We're going to get on the line for about 15 minutes and have a discussion. Now, what I'm going to be doing on Friday. Everybody say Friday. Friday. Okay, so on Friday, I'm going to be doing a live session for everybody who is scheduled. So if you have a scheduled call between now and within the next week, okay, you'll be able to attend this free training. I will be messaging you guys so that you can attend this free training where I'm not only going to be teaching you guys about pre-selling because I have a training that's already out there, but then I'm going to show you another training. In fact, I'm going to see if I can get a couple of my VIPs, my platinum members, because I have one lady, for example, Sydney Kelly, because some of y'all are going to need to be able to, raise up the funds. Let me just be honest, because this ain't no, $100 investment. We doing entire publishing, right? So, I'm going to show you guys how to actually start raising your money. So before you get on the phone, you already got money coming in. You understand what I'm saying? You already got coins coming in. You already got thousands of dollars. Sydney, in her first, 2 weeks, she did $1,000 plus in sales. Actually, no, she did more. She pre-sold 100 books, and we pre-sell our books. So that's, I said 1,000. I'm sorry. Let's double that. We sell our books for $20 plus $4.99 shipping and handling. On average, a book is probably, based on the way that we teach you, going to cost you anywhere between $2 to $4 to print. And then you're going to have to pay for shipping to ship it to you because you're going to ship them in bulk. So that shipping, depending upon what you pay, you might, for the whole shipment, you might pay $60 to $100. And then to ship it out, you're going to ship it out via media mail, which is going to be another $2. So each book may cost you overall, let's just round it to about $10. So if you're selling your book for $24.99, that means that you're making a profit of $14.99 for every single book that you sell. Well, she was able to pre-sell 100 copies. So that means she earned about $1,500 in her first week to 2 weeks of pre-selling. Now, on top of that, there's another technique that I'm going to teach you guys on Friday, how you can actually make way more money than that. But I'm going to show you that technique, but you must Be scheduled. I don't listen, if you know you don't want to do this, if you know you're not ready to invest, you know, whatever the price is going to be, if you know you ain't trying to do it, and you know you're not going to follow the training, because this is the worst thing that could happen. Let me tell you. The worst thing that could happen is that, how do I put this? I don't want to say the worst thing that could happen. Let me tell you how I know you ain't serious. Because nobody that's watching this training should ever tell me they don't have the money. Because I literally am going to show you how to make the money. I don't know a lot of people that can create a program like this. And this is why I love what I do, because I literally have people. By the way, if you've ever made money with me, if you've ever made money by pre-selling, I want you guys to just drop a money sign, drop a money sign, drop a money sign, because you will literally start making money. You will start making money with your own product where you get all the profits, right? And you can leverage that for whatever else it is that you do. If you're in network marketing, if you're a speaker, you're a coach. We've got people right now who make thousands of dollars in days. So there should be nobody telling me, Taria, I ain't got the money, I can't afford it. Then you ain't serious. And now I'm about to get real raw, because some of y'all don't like when I get raw, but I'm just going to be real transparent. People tell me all the time they trying to get to another level, but they not willing to do the work. And I just be like, bro, you're never going to get to a new level doing the same thing you did. That's called insanity. So you have to be willing to step out. You got to be willing to do other things, right? And I'm literally going to show you guys step by step, but you must be scheduled or you must be enrolled. Now, for everybody who's already enrolled, you will get that information, of course. We have 3 people that are already registered for the boot camp. Shout out to Deshonda. Deshonda is one that's watching right now. We already have 3 people, and we only have 30 seats, like I told you. So you need to text this right here, 404-890-0886, your name, who invited you, what you want to write about, and if you are a previous attendee, let us know. We do have a special. And also, I want y'all to understand, for the first 10, so I told you we're already at 3, so that means we have 7 more spots. For the first 10, we actually have a $1,500 scholarship. After that, the scholarship will change. We have a $1,500 scholarship, and you'll get a full idea. In fact, once you send a text message, if you are a previous boot camp, if you're not a previous, you will get an entire video where I break down some additional things. I tell you the price of the program. So I'm telling you the $1,500. Many of you guys are going to be able to make a deposit. Listen. You're going to make your money back before we even get started, darling. And you're going to have people that are going to be excited. I'm going to show you. So I'm going to put you on so much game. I am so excited about this. I love it. So the number is on the screen. The number is on the screen, y'all. It should be. Yeah, it's on the screen, right? Can't y'all see it? It's right here. The number is on the screen, darlings. 404-890-0886. You're going to text your name, who invited you, what you want to write about, and if you are a previous attendee, okay, so that we will verify, valid, and validate, because previous attendees actually get a higher scholarship because you've already invested one time. But this will be the last time we do that. And by the way, many people end up attending over and over again because it's just something about being a part of this, getting your book done. Because many of us know, let's just be real. You've been saying you're going to write that book for years. You just ain't got the time. You don't want to sit down and do it. You busy. You're going to go watch movies or something like that tonight, which is fine. Y'all know I'm not against watching movies. But the truth is, many of us ain't going to never do it. And then when you finally do it, you don't write it right. It ain't selling. It ain't making no money. It ain't building multiple streams. I mean, what is the point of doing that? What is the point of doing that? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Well, now, does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? I know we went a little long. Any questions for me, darling? I know we got some people that have already sent in the text messages. You will get a message from either my assistant or it may even be me messaging you. But yeah, we'll be messaging you back tonight. We'll be doing this training on Friday. So anybody watching the replay, as long as you have scheduled in your one-on-one, okay? And again, guys, listen, this is the deal. It's on, like, I'm on this training. I'm literally teaching you how to pre-sell, and then I'm going to teach you another technique, how to pre-sell some more, or how to make more money on the pre-sales. So it's really only for the person that's ready to write a book. If you know you're not going to do this, then listen, like, don't waste nobody's time, because I really don't like that. I don't like when people purposefully waste people's time. You knew you wasn't going to get started. You just want to get on somebody's phone and waste their time. Guys, time is the most valuable asset that we have. And while, listen, I might have some free time to do a call, I don't like to waste nobody's time, and I know that you don't like to waste anybody's time. So make sure that if you schedule that call, that you're serious about doing this, okay? No, I'm not doing that. So that's another thing I want y'all to know. Oh, those of y'all who actually go to the boot camp, we have 2 bonus trainings as well. One is going to be a bonus training that you guys are going to get access to on learning how to get yourself out there and get discovered. My coach, Marquel Russell, is going to be up there teaching y'all some stuff. And then you're also going to get a bonus training from, oh, did I ask him? That's okay. He going to do it. Trevor Otts, who's going to talk to you guys. And y'all know Trevor Otts will lay it down too. Talk to you as well about using that book, leveraging that book, your coaching program. And if you ain't got one, we'll work on it. Okay, you're going to get some ideas by the time we're done on what to coach about. But then how to turn it into a virtual event where he was showing me the results of one of the young ladies that he just recently launched. Y'all, bananas. So you guys are going to get that bonus. But no, I don't do financial education. We have other people that we do plug into for that. That's another thing about us. If I could be transparent while we winding on down, stop getting addicted to your labor. Stop trying to do every damn thing. I don't try to do everything. I used to. No more. I'm over it because I love my life and I love my time. So what I do now is once we're done with the book, I do have an elite program, a 7-figure mastermind program. But everybody's not really qualified for that. And that's specifically for people who want me to help them with developing their talk, help them with learning how to, get people to events, additional things, right? But I forget what the number is, but I got a certain number that I'm only allowing to enroll per year because it's a lot of intensive work. However, once somebody is done with me, then what I do is I connect them with people that are in my network. We are addicted to our own labor. You know what people try to do? Then they try to, okay, just like what Blue said, and I know you didn't mean nothing by it because y'all always be trying to get me to teach something else. He's like, you need to tell people what to do with the money. That's not my lane. So what I'll do is I'll connect you guys to people that can teach you how to reinvest back. This is how we build up our community as well, y'all. Many of y'all be can I be transparent? Some of y'all will see this and say, okay, I'm going to write my book and now I'm going to teach other people how to write books. But just the other week, you was telling everybody you was going to teach people how to do X, Y, Z, thus and that. And so we mess up our own community because we don't learn how to bring stuff back into the community. So what you do is you build your business and figure out a way how you can connect other people's businesses. And that's one of the things I'm going to make a conscious effort at making sure that people that are in our circle, not only do you get focused on your one business, but we show you how to be able to build and leverage multiple streams of income. So that's going to be very important. I don't see any questions that are popping up. I'm just talking to you guys right now. But yes, guys, first you got to get the bag. Focus on one thing at a time. Let's get the bag. Let's get the bag. Let's get the bag. Let's write the book and let's get the bag. All right, y'all. Okay, well, that is it. That is all. It's now wine time. So I've got to go get my wine, darling. Wind down, darling. I'm going to wind down for the wind down. I am so excited for those of you who are going to be joining us. And we'll be doing more broadcasts as we get closer. We have several weeks. We'll be doing more broadcasts, but the longer you wait, the more expensive it becomes, just so that you know. Right now, we have a $1,500 scholarship, and you can make a deposit to get started. So don't let the lack thereof of what you may think is lack. All you got to do is go find you a couple people to pre-order your book, and you'll be able to have enough money to get started in this program. All right? Love y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Maybe not.